Hey Hilltop, it's a new year. Happy 2021. 2020 is now behind us, even though it may not feel like it yet. Either way, I think it's a good idea to start off the new year doing something new. I've been kind of floating this idea around for a while of making a little video to get us thinking about what we're going to be discussing on the coming Sunday morning. And so here you have it, your first Sunday morning primer video. We'll see if it's an idea that sticks around or not. Last week, we closed out 2020 by taking a look at the story of Esther. And we talked about how she was someone who found herself in a very undesirable situation, but in that situation, in the middle of that situation, she found herself presented with a mission. Her people were in danger, and she realized that God had placed her where she was in a position of influence to play a crucial role in saving her people. I believe that God is using that story for us right now to remind us that despite the situation that we have found ourselves in, there is still a mission at hand. There are people that need to be saved, and God has a role for us to play in that. As we looked at Esther's story last week, we were reminded that we were chosen for this time, that we have a people to save, and that salvation requires strategy. So I finished my message last week challenging us not to allow ourselves to take on the mentality of bandaging our wounds from a very difficult year, but to rather be looking on the fields ripe with harvest and be energized to bring the gospel message of hope to the people around us. I also gave you an assignment at the end of my message last week to go home and read through the story of Esther for yourself and write down what you feel God was saying to you regarding your personal role that you have to play in spreading the gospel. If you did that, I would love to invite you to send me what God has put on your heart. You can do that by emailing me at pastorjeremy@hilltop.mn, or you can send me a message on Facebook or send a message to our Hilltop Facebook page. And if you do that before tomorrow, I may even use some of your thoughts as an opening to my message in the morning. And speaking of this Sunday's coming message, we are again going to be looking back at the story of Esther, highlighting the steps of preparation that Esther took in order to successfully accomplish the mission that God had placed before her. 2021 is going to be a good year. I don't believe that God brought us through 2020 limping and licking our wounds. I believe that we are healthier than we think we are. I believe we're stronger than we think we are, and I believe we're going to accomplish much more than we can imagine.